Can the Warriors maintain their dominance, Robin, if Steph Curry misses an extended period of time?
Absolutely not. Not while he's out. The Warriors need Steph Curry to be the Warriors for as many other great players as they have. For instance, Durant missed a big chunk last year. They didn't miss a beat. But with Curry, there's a lot of aspects to why they need him. They don't have anyone else like him, and he is unlike anyone else really ever. You know, he does some of that stuff out on the court where he'll pull up from where he pulls up from 35 feet, and you go, that's not fair. And defenses have had to adapt to that. So defenses have to play the Warriors unlike they do other teams where they're picking Steph up at darn near half court, whether that's trapping him to get the ball out of his hands or just to try and get a hand in his face so he doesn't shoot the ball comfortably from there. And that creates a gravity. You know, in the finals when Durant went off, I think one thing that wasn't pointed out enough when people were talking about him being the MVP of that series, he's getting one-on-one matchups. So Steph is getting double-teamed, get the ball out of his hands, it kicks over to KD, and he's got Kevin Love one-on-one on a switch. That's food for Kevin Durant right there. Without Steph Curry in that mix, those things go away, and it makes the Warriors much more pedestrian.
I mean, I agree with you, but I'll just echo the sentiment of Steve Kerr, the coach of the Warriors, who recently, a Bill Simmons podcast, basically said, yes, the reason why we are what we are is because of Steph Curry. And he wasn't saying that to throw shade to the rest of his team, but he was just acknowledging just everything that you said, how much Steph is the gravitational pull of this team and just how much he makes it easier for everyone else. I'll say this. We talk a lot about MVP races, especially off air. This is one of our favorite things to talk about in the newsroom. But there's still a lot of time here. If Steph Curry does end up missing, significant amounts of the season, maybe this is a moment for Kevin Durant, right? He has been looking for something to change his narrative for as long as ever since he made the announcement.
He better stop getting himself ejected if that's the case.
Okay, well, that's the thing, right? I think he's kind of searching for something this year, especially after he admits that he was so embarrassed when he was tweeting from the third account. Sort of had these very highs in his career, but also had some lows. And we know that he's a little sensitive to sort of how he's perceived. If he can really take over while Steph is battling and nursing this ankle injury, I think that really does finally start to change the perception of Kevin Durant that he's just the guy who sort of was the cherry on top of the sundae.